Welcome to Speech 128 Online. Now, in this short video, I want to give you a quick orientation to using Canvas in this course and how you'll go about doing it. When you first see the course, this is what you're going to see. This is the welcome page. And when you're in here, a couple things to pay attention to right from the beginning is one is that there are announcements sometimes that will be posted that you'll see here in announcements. And you'll also see that there's something called Coming Up, which will show you quizzes or anything else that's coming up soon. Also, feedback that I might give you will be listed down here, so it's important to kind of take a look at that bottom right-hand corner of your page. Also, if you go here inside your account, right, it's also something you want to check out is notifications. If you click on notifications, you can set it up so that if I post something, you'll get like a ping to your phone or something so that you don't miss out on anything. That can be very useful to set up your notifications just so that you stay in the loop. Since it's an online class, sometimes it can be it's easy to suddenly forget, oh, by the way, I'm in an online class, and since you're not going in person. So I think that's really a good thing to get started. All right, so once you're in, you will notice that there are different things here on the far left-hand side. Yours will look a little bit different. I'm going to go into what's called the student view, and you'll see that there are going to be a few less here. The important thing, I think, is to look at what are called the modules right here. If you click on the modules, you're going to see the way the course is laid out in order, right? And these are all the links of all the sections that you'll be running through as you do the course. It's important to click on each thing because each little link here will have something important for you about the class. For example, the first section is called the introduction. You'll see there's a syllabus, welcome letter, meet your professor, and all this. This will get you oriented and get you started on everything. And it's important to be able to look at any due dates that appear, right? So you'll see, for example, this class officially, this section you're in, starts on the 22nd, and the first thing is due the next day, which is a Tuesday. There's a little orientation quiz, super easy. It's just 5 quick questions. Believe me, that's going to be super easy for you, this particular orientation quiz. And there's something called the meet and greet discussion, which is an opportunity for me to be able to get to know who you are and for you to be able to know who else is in the class. And this is also due on the 23rd. Now, in case you haven't done discussions before, they're a little bit different than other types of assignments. You click on it and you'll see here, for example, that you're going to actually record yourself talking briefly, right? And the idea it's really just a 30 to 60 second video, so it's pretty short, right? But you're going to be talking about actually 3 of these 5 things. You don't have to talk about all 5, but pick 3 that you're interested in, and you're going to basically tell it to us through the video, and then we'll get to know you and know each other in the class. So the way you do this, which is kind of cool, I think, is you can record it on your phone and post it, but I think the easiest way is to click on reply, and then if you click over here on this little icon that looks like a little musical symbol here, it says record or upload media. You click on that and you can go upload or record media, and it will actually, when you click record, it'll activate the camera in your computer, and then you can just start recording and then give your presentation like that. Very nice way to do it, and then you can post your reply, right? Keep in mind that besides posting your video, you have to respond to at least 3 other students' videos and just write out a little bit for each person's response. Just some encouragement, welcome to the class, whatever, so that you have some interaction between you, okay? All right, that's the very beginning. So looking back at the modules, you will see here that this first section is pretty straightforward. Then we have a little section called About the Course, which also goes some more details about what you're going to be doing in the class. Each of these links is important to click on. Then you come up with the first real assignment, which is called the War Story Speech. Now, this is another recording that you're going to do, and this incorporates the public speaking part of Speech 128. You're basically going to tell a story about a time when you got into some kind of jam or difficulty, and you're going to lay it out for us so that we see and hear what the story is about. And then you're going to end it by telling us what the moral of the story was, what you learned from the experience. And it can't be more than 3 minutes. And you'll see that you're going to do it the same way by clicking reply, uploading your speech. And then again, you're going to reply to at least 3 other students' speeches to be able to get full credit for the class. That's the first big kind of assignment that comes up, right? And that's coming up later on the week, on the 25th. Remember, this is an 8-week course, so things are somewhat condensed, right? All right, so going back to the modules now, you will see here that once you've gotten through there, you'll see the next big section is called the skill package. Now, I'm not going to go over this in detail because there's a separate video on how to do it, because this is the biggest project in the whole course. It takes a little bit more time to break down. So I'm going to let you take a look at that video to see how to do this. But notice that the basic thing with this is that this is a project that you'll be doing starting this week and finishing at the end of the course. The rest of the course will be going on while you're doing the skill package. So you'll see there's some due dates here, right, starting with January 26th and going all the way to the 8th part of this package, which is on March 13th. So you'll be finishing the skill package at the end of the whole course. Bottom line, what the skill package is you're going to choose from a list of interpersonal skills, something you want to work on to get better at for yourself. And then you're going to do a series of 8 different activities that all target getting better at that skill. You'll see when you watch the whole video, but this is the big project in the whole course. All right, now, while this is going on, right, while you're doing the skill package, you've got the chapters, right, the chapters of the course. And these are more straightforward. You have something to read for each chapter. I did make audio versions. If you prefer to listen instead of read, you can hear the audio version. And you'll go through chapter 1 and chapter 2. Then you'll get to the point where there is a quiz on those first 2 chapters. And you'll see that there's also something here called the chapter 1 and 2 stop and think. This is an assignment. The stop and think is a cool way, I think, for you to be able to write about what you're reading. And this is the thing you get graded on in the chapter. During the reading, you'll see every page or two, there'll be a little break where it'll say, stop and think. And then there'll be some questions for you to think about. And then you get to just pick the ones that you'd like to respond to, and you write about those and submit that. And that becomes your answer for your stop and think. You'll see as you go along. And most of the chapters are kind of the same way. There's something to read or listen to. There's a stop and think. There'll be a little quiz that goes through chapter 3, which is about overcoming defensiveness. Then you've got chapter 4, nonverbal communication. Again, there's this is a little bit different. There is a quiz. There's a nonverbal experiment that you do, which I'll let you read about when you get there. And chapter 5 covers the subject of listening, how to be a better listener. Again, there's an activity for you to do after you read or listen to the material. Chapter 6 deals with conflict resolution, dealing with communication in difficult situations. And you will see each one of these chapters kind of similar. It winds up with chapter 7, communication in difficult situations. Like talking to someone if you find out maybe they have cancer, or they're grieving, or they're severely depressed, this type of situation. And then you'll see that there's a reflection assignment after you've done the readings. Then, at the end, we get to the final. And for the final, you'll see that there's a final speech that you do. Essentially what it is, it's a reflection on your skill package. That's your final. It's not an exam. It's a reflection that you do via video on your skill package and what you got out of it. And notice one thing, I have a link here for speech examples, final speech examples. Over the years, I've made recordings with students with their permission to be able to actually show you examples of what it's like to give the final presentation. And I actually have quite a few here, and you can actually watch them. You don't have to watch them all because there's quite a few in here. There's actually 78 videos. But I would recommend that you watch, a few of these, and you will see if you click on the link, you'll go to the actual page where I have all the videos stored, and watch a few. Watch a few just so you get an idea of what people have done and how it works. Actually, just so that you know, when you get to your war story later this week, I have the same thing here, an example page where you can actually look at videos of people giving their war stories, so you just get some ideas of what people have done. All right, so that gives you a rundown of all the basic modules here, how it works from beginning to end. I know that's a lot to take in. Of course, I will be available during my office hours on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 to 11. But you can also text me. I've got my phone number listed here in the section, the opening modules. I can always do a special Zoom session with you if you need to, or answer any of your questions that you have as you're going through the course. So I'm looking forward to having you, and reach out to me if you have any questions as we go along.